For thousands of years, Earth remained hidden from the galaxy. Many worlds had grown strong, and their fleets traveled through space, but no one suspected that humans had grown in secret. Life on Earth was quiet, ordinary to an outsider, but beneath the surface, humans were building, learning, and preparing. Cities grew beneath shields that blocked detection. Scientists worked in secret labs, developing technologies far beyond what the galaxy imagined. Humans had learned to travel space silently and to protect their home. Hanul, a calm and wise admiral, stood in the command room of one of the largest hidden bases on Earth. She watched the screens carefully, tracking signals from the outer systems. Ships from distant stars moved, unaware that Earth watched them too. Hanul knew the galaxy would one day notice humans, and when that day came, they had to be ready. Next to her, Captain Jaiwan checked the fleet's readiness. Jaiwan was young but smart and brave. She had trained her team for years, and now the fleet was nearly complete. Ships of all sizes, from fast fighters to massive warships, waited quietly under the invisible shields. Humans were not like other species. Other worlds had grown over centuries, forming empires and councils. They believed strength came from numbers and politics. Humans learned that strength also came from creativity, courage, and unity. Every decision in Earth's hidden command centers focused on one idea: protect their planet and survive. Yet humans did not seek war without reason. They preferred to watch, to learn, and to be patient. The galaxy thought Earth was weak. That mistake would be their downfall. Reports arrived from scouts in nearby star systems. Small alien ships had passed near the edge of Earth's detection range. The scanners showed curiosity but no aggression. Hanul frowned slightly. The galaxy's curiosity was growing. Some worlds had started asking questions, sending signals that hinted at intelligence on Earth. Humans did not respond. They stayed hidden, letting the galaxy believe Earth was still a minor planet. But Hanul knew this patience had limits. If the Council discovered humans first, it might be too late to protect their home. In one lab, Mincio, a young scientist, worked on a new shield system. The system would make Earth and its fleet invisible even to the most advanced alien sensors. He tested energy waves, adjusting frequencies, carefully writing notes. Every calculation mattered. Humans had learned from mistakes over centuries. They had survived floods, wars, and disease. Now they were ready to survive a new threat: the galaxy itself. Mincio's work would ensure humans remained safe until the right moment to reveal themselves. Meanwhile, on another continent, Siren led a training session for new pilots. The younger humans were eager, but Siren reminded them that skill and patience were more important than speed. "We cannot rush," she said firmly. "The galaxy underestimates us. We must not make mistakes. One wrong move, and they will attack before we are ready." The pilots nodded, understanding the seriousness of their training. Every movement, every drill was designed to prepare them for a battle that might come far in the future but could also happen tomorrow. Humans were learning more about the galaxy than the galaxy knew about them. Drones silently traveled near Council territories, observing without being noticed. Data flowed back to Earth, showing weaknesses, habits, and patterns. Hanul reviewed these findings with her team. They studied the Council ship's speed, their weapons, and the way their leaders communicated. Humans were small in number compared to the vast fleets of other worlds, but they had something the Council did not: strategy, cleverness, and unity. In the evening, Hanul walked through the base corridors, watching humans work late into the night. Some were in labs, adjusting machines. Others practiced in flight simulators. All worked quietly, understanding their purpose. Hanul paused at a window, looking at the stars. "One day," she whispered, "they will see us, and then they will understand." She believed in humans, in their strength, and in their ability to survive. She knew patience was key, but preparation was more important. Meanwhile, on the surface, ordinary life continued. Families lived in cities unaware of the full scope of Earth's secret defense. Children went to school, adults went to work, and the world seemed peaceful. But hidden beneath the cities, underground bases buzzed with activity. The people working there were the protectors, the scientists, the pilots. They were ready for the day when the galaxy would finally notice Earth. And that day would change everything. One night, Jaiwan received a message from the outer scanners. An alien fleet had been spotted near a distant system. The fleet was enormous, and their purpose was unknown. Humans had not yet been detected, but this was a warning. Jaiwan rushed to Hanul with the data. Hanul studied the information carefully. "They are moving too close," she said quietly. "It is time we prepare more than ever. We must ensure Earth's safety. The Council cannot know our strength yet, but soon we may have to show them." The words carried weight. Humans had been patient for thousands of years, but now the galaxy's attention was slowly turning toward them. That night, Sirin and her pilots gathered in the training bay. "Our time may be coming sooner than expected," she told them. "We train for the moment when we must act, when Earth is threatened. Remember, we fight for our home, for humanity. We fight together." The pilots understood. They had trained for years, and they were ready to face challenges no one on Earth could fully imagine. Their courage and skill would be tested, but they believed in themselves and in each other. As the night passed, Earth remained hidden, silent, and strong. As people worked, trained, and prepared, the galaxy believed Earth was weak and insignificant. But humans had learned to endure, to innovate, and to wait for the right moment. And one day, the moment would come when the galaxy would finally see what humans were capable of. When they did, they would realize that for thousands of years, they had underestimated a species that refused to be ignored. Hanul returned to the command center as dawn approached. She looked at the fleet on the screens, the ships hidden under powerful cloaking systems. The crew was ready. Pilots were trained, scientists had finished their calculations, and every machine was tested. The fleet was silent, waiting for a signal, waiting for the moment when humans would need to protect their world. Hanul felt a quiet pride. Humans had endured millennia of obscurity, building strength in the shadows. The galaxy believed Earth was weak, but it was a mistake they would one day regret. The first light of the sun touched the Earth's surface. Life went on as usual, but beneath the quiet cities, humans prepared for a future that no one could yet imagine. A future where courage, intelligence, and unity would make them a force the galaxy could not ignore. And so, Earth remained hidden for now but ready. The story of humans was only beginning, and soon the galaxy would hear it. The Galactic Council had always thought of Earth as a quiet, unimportant world. They had never seen humans as a threat. Many council members laughed at reports of strange signals near Earth, believing them to be errors. But deep within Earth, humans were aware of the Council's arrogance. They had watched, studied, and prepared for centuries. The day might come when they would have to act, and humans would not wait to be attacked first. In one of the hidden bases, Hanul gathered her senior officers. Minji, a skilled pilot and strategist, and Seojin, a strong and wise general, joined her. "The Council is moving their fleets closer," Hanul said. "We must be ready to defend ourselves. If they demand submission, we cannot allow it. Our planet and our people are not theirs to control." The room was quiet. Everyone understood the seriousness of her words. Humans had waited patiently for centuries, but patience had limits. Minji studied the maps of distant star systems. "We should prepare our fleet to respond quickly," she said. "Our ships are fast, but the Council has numbers. We must be smart. We cannot fight them like they fight others. We must use our brains and our speed." Seojin nodded in agreement. "Yes, we will fight with strategy, not just force. Our strength is in unity and preparation." The leaders spent hours planning, discussing every possible scenario. They knew that if humans were discovered, the Council might attack immediately. Meanwhile, scientists like Jiho worked tirelessly on new technology. Jiho's team had developed advanced weapon systems, shields, and stealth technology for the fleet. Each ship was being upgraded quietly, without drawing attention. "Every small improvement counts," Jiho said to his assistants. "The Council believes Earth is weak, but we will prove them wrong when the time comes." The lab hummed with energy as machines and computers worked together, building systems that humans had perfected over centuries. On the training grounds, Siren led her pilots through difficult exercises. "You must be ready to act without hesitation," she instructed. Young pilots like Hannah and Dean practiced evasive maneuvers, target strikes, and coordination drills. The air was filled with the sounds of engines, alarms, and human determination. Each pilot knew that one day, their skills might decide the fate of Earth. They were not just training to fly, they were training to protect humanity itself. News arrived from distant scouts. An alien fleet had been detected near the borders of the Council's territory. Its purpose was unclear, but it was a reminder that the galaxy was always moving, always observing. Hanul and her team studied the fleet's pattern. "We cannot wait for them to find us," Hanul said. "If they discover Earth before we are ready, the result could be catastrophic. We must prepare to act if needed, and our people must be ready to defend our home." Every officer, scientist, and pilot felt the weight of responsibility. The fate of humans rested on their shoulders. In the strategic room, Minji plotted potential courses of action. "We can send small squads to disrupt their fleets," she suggested. "We can test their reaction without revealing too much of our strength." Hanul nodded thoughtfully. "Yes, we must be careful. Our goal is defense, but if the Council underestimates us, it may give us a chance to strike first." The team worked late into the night, analyzing every possibility, running simulations, and discussing outcomes. They were determined to prepare for the moment when humans could no longer remain hidden. On Earth's surface, ordinary life continued. People went to work, children went to school, and cities appeared peaceful. Yet below the surface, the hidden bases were alive with activity. Scientists adjusted energy fields, engineers built advanced systems, and pilots trained for hours. Every human involved in the defense understood that their work was secret, essential, and urgent. They were the silent guardians of a planet that the galaxy believed was weak and insignificant. Seojin walked through one of the main command centers. He observed young officers monitoring alien movements, analyzing reports, and checking fleet readiness. "We are ready for what may come," he said quietly to himself. He knew that humans had prepared for centuries, but he also knew the galaxy might strike unexpectedly. They could not rely on chance. Every decision had to be precise, every movement calculated. The survival of Earth depended on it. Hannah, one of the young pilots, confided in Dean during a break. "Do you think the Council suspects us?" she asked. Dean shook his head. "I don't think they see us at all, but we must be ready. If they attack, we will protect Earth no matter what." Their conversation showed the mixture of fear and determination that humans felt. They were aware of the danger, but they also believed in their people, their leaders, and their planet. Hanul convened a meeting late at night. "The Council has sent messages demanding loyalty," she said. "We will not respond as they expect. We are humans, and our home is our own. If they attempt to attack or control us, we will strike back with everything we have. Our fleet, our technology, and our people will protect Earth." The room was filled with determination. Everyone understood that patience had its limits, and preparation was the key to survival. The fleet was ready in hidden bays, cloaked from scanners, waiting silently. Fighters were prepared, warships upgraded, and weapons systems tested. Engineers like Jiho ensured every system worked perfectly, knowing that any failure could cost lives. Pilots like Minji and Hannah ran final checks on their ships, mentally preparing for the moment when they might have to fight for the first time in history. Humans had learned to endure, to plan, and to act decisively when needed. The Council underestimated humans, but Hanul knew better. "They believe we are weak," she said quietly. "But strength is not just numbers or size. Strength is courage, intelligence, and unity. And humans have all of these in abundance." Her words inspired everyone in the room. For centuries, humans had lived in secrecy, hidden from the galaxy. Now, the time to prepare for potential conflict was near. They would no longer be ignored. As the night passed, Earth remained quiet to the outside galaxy, but inside, humans prepared. They trained, built, and planned. Every individual played a role in ensuring that their world would survive and thrive. The Council might think Earth was small and insignificant, but humans knew their strength. They had learned from history, adapted, and waited for the moment when they could show the galaxy what they were capable of. The sun rose on Earth, ordinary on the surface but extraordinary below. Humans continued their preparations, ready to protect their home, ready to strike if necessary. The Council did not yet know the true power of humans, but that day would come. Humans had spent millennia learning, building, and preparing. The galaxy would soon discover that Earth was not a world to be ignored, and that humans, united and courageous, could defend their home against any force that came against them. The hidden fleet of Earth waited quietly, cloaked from the galaxy's sensors. Hanul stood in the command room watching the stars. The reports from scouts had grown more frequent. Alien fleets moved near the outer borders, unaware of Earth's true power. The humans' time to act had not yet come, but they were ready. Every ship, every pilot, and every weapon had been tested. The fleet was prepared for the moment when the galaxy would finally notice Earth. Minji walked past the warships, checking systems with her team. The large fighters hummed quietly, ready for action. She paused at a squad of smaller ships where young pilots trained in coordinated maneuvers. "Remember," she said, "speed and strategy matter more than strength. The galaxy expects us to be weak. We will surprise them." The pilots nodded, their eyes filled with determination. They had trained for years for this moment, even if it had not yet come. Seojin entered the command room holding new intelligence. "Sensors have picked up a fleet near the Orion sector," she said. "They are large but slow. This is our chance to test our strategy without revealing all our strength." Hanul nodded. "We will send a small squad to observe and, if needed, disrupt them. The galaxy will not know we are here, but we must act carefully." They discussed every possible outcome, planning movements with precision. Humans were small in number compared to the alien fleets, but their skill and planning were unmatched. On the training ground, Siren led pilots through a simulated attack. Hannah and Dian piloted their fighters through tight formations, dodging imaginary enemy fire and practicing evasive maneuvers. "Good," Siren called out. "Remember, your mind is your greatest weapon. Speed and strategy will win this fight, not size." The young pilots felt the weight of responsibility. Each simulation taught them how to act when the moment came to defend Earth. Every mistake in practice became a lesson for the real battle. Meanwhile, scientists like Jiho tested new cloaking systems for the fleet. "Every signal must be blocked," he said. "If they detect us too early, it could end badly. We must be invisible until the perfect moment." Assistants worked carefully, making adjustments to the ship's energy fields. Every calculation mattered. The fleet's success depended on technology, preparation, and human intelligence. Humans had learned that survival required patience, ingenuity, and unity. The galaxy had underestimated them, and they intended to use that to their advantage. Reports arrived from scout drones near the Orion sector. The alien fleet was moving slowly, scanning for signs of life. Minji studied the data. "They are cautious, but they do not suspect us," she said. "We will keep them busy while observing their patterns." Hanul agreed. "We will act when we can maximize the effect without exposing our full fleet. Every movement will teach us about their strengths and weaknesses." The humans worked as a single unit, combining science, strategy, and courage. Hannah and Dian prepared for the reconnaissance mission. They would pilot small stealth ships near the alien fleet, gathering intelligence without being detected. "Remember," Siren instructed, "our goal is knowledge, not battle. We learn today so we can fight tomorrow if needed." The young pilots understood. They felt nervous but also proud. Humans had waited centuries for this chance. Their skill and intelligence would guide them. The stealth ships glided into space invisible to sensors. They approached the alien fleet cautiously, scanning for weaknesses. Even the smallest detail mattered. The aliens were unaware of the human presence, moving as though Earth did not exist. Minji monitored their progress from the command room. "Every move we make is careful and calculated," she said. "Patience is key. We will not strike yet, but we will learn all we can." The strategy was simple. Observe, gather intelligence, and be ready to act if the aliens posed a threat. Back on the surface, ordinary life continued. Children played in the streets and adults went to work. The galaxy had no idea of the immense preparation happening beneath the cities. Every human involved in the defense played a role in protecting the planet. Engineers, scientists, pilots, and leaders worked in silence. Every task, no matter how small, contributed to Earth's strength. Humans had learned that teamwork and unity were as powerful as any weapon. Seojin studied the alien fleet's patterns. "They are predictable," she said. "They move cautiously and rely on numbers, not skill. Humans are different. We use speed, strategy, and intelligence. That is our strength." Hanul nodded. "We must remain patient but ready. If they detect us, we will fight with everything we have. But until then, we learn and prepare." Every officer, scientist, and pilot understood the stakes. The survival of Earth depended on their vigilance, preparation, and unity. Minji and her pilots returned from the reconnaissance mission. They reported every detail of the alien fleet's movement, weapon strength, and communication patterns. The data was invaluable. Humans had gained knowledge without exposing their presence. "We have what we need," Hanul said. "The galaxy may think we are weak, but one day they will see our power. And when they do, it will be too late to stop us." The room was filled with quiet determination. Humans had been underestimated for centuries, and now they were ready to show the galaxy their true strength. The fleet remained hidden, but preparation continued. Fighters and warships were tested, weapons calibrated, and shields reinforced. Scientists like Jiho worked tirelessly to improve every system. Every improvement, every adjustment increased the humans' chance of survival. Pilots practiced maneuvers repeatedly, learning to act instinctively in high-pressure situations. Hanul watched it all, proud of her people's dedication. Siren gathered her pilots for one final exercise before returning to their stations. "Today you have learned to observe, to understand, and to act carefully," she said. "Tomorrow the galaxy may demand more from us. You are ready, and you will protect Earth no matter what." The young pilots felt the weight of responsibility, but also the pride of being part of something greater. Humans had waited silently, hidden for centuries, but they were prepared to defend their home. As the day ended, Earth remained hidden from the galaxy. The fleet lay in silence, waiting for the moment to act. Humans had learned patience, strategy, and unity. The alien fleets nearby had no idea of the strength that lurked beneath the surface of a quiet, ordinary planet. One day, the galaxy would discover the truth. Humans had waited for millennia, and now they were ready to reveal their power. The story of Earth was only beginning, and when the time came, humans would show the galaxy that they were not weak, they were unstoppable. The galaxy was unaware that Earth had prepared for this moment. Alien fleets moved boldly, confident in their strength, but they did not know the humans who had waited patiently for centuries. Hanul stood on the command bridge, watching every signal and every movement. The hidden fleet of Earth had emerged silently, ready to defend their home and strike if needed. Every ship, every fighter, and every crew member had been trained to perfection. Minji led a squadron of fighters through the asteroid fields near the edge of the Council's territory. The maneuver was dangerous but necessary. She felt the excitement and tension in the cockpit. "Stay focused," she told her pilots. "We observe first, attack only if necessary. Use speed and strategy. The galaxy does not know us yet, and that is our advantage." The young pilots nodded. They had trained for this moment for years, learning coordination, speed, and decision-making. Every second counted. Seojin coordinated the fleet from the command room. He studied the enemy ship's movements carefully. "They are moving into position, thinking they control the sector," he said. "But we have the advantage. Our ships are fast, stealthy, and coordinated. Humans are not predictable. That is our power." Hanul agreed. We will strike precisely, but we must avoid unnecessary conflict. Our goal is to protect Earth, not to fight endlessly. Every action must count. Every officer understood the strategy. The humans had waited for centuries, and now they would show their strength at the right time. On the surface of Earth, engineers and scientists worked tirelessly. Jiho and his team monitored the fleet and adjusted systems. Weapons are ready, shields reinforced, and cloaking active, he said. Every ship is prepared. If the Council attacks, we can respond instantly. The crew worked in silence, aware that their actions could decide the future of their planet. Humans had learned patience, planning, and precision. Their survival depended on their intelligence and unity, not just on size or numbers. Hannah and Dian piloted their stealth ships closer to the Council's fleet. They observed the enemy's formations and reported every detail back to Minji. They rely on numbers, not skill, Hannah said. Their ships are slower and less coordinated. Minji nodded. That is our advantage. We strike smartly, not blindly. Watch their weaknesses, and we will plan our move. The young pilots understood the responsibility. They were part of a plan that had taken centuries to develop. One mistake could reveal Earth's presence too soon. Siren led a team of fighter pilots on a parallel mission. They moved in tight formation, avoiding detection while keeping an eye on enemy positions. Our goal is information and preparation, she instructed. Do not engage unless necessary, but be ready to defend if they discover us. The pilots practiced evasive maneuvers, coordinating attacks in simulations, and learning to trust each other completely. Humans had trained for years, and their skill now gave them an edge against the unsuspecting Council fleet. Hanul reviewed reports from every squadron. The enemy believes they control this sector, she said. They have no idea we are here. That underestimation will give us the chance to protect our home with minimal risk. We strike only if they threaten us. Our priority is Earth. The command room was quiet, focused, and tense. Humans had spent centuries preparing, and now every moment tested their patience, intelligence, and unity. In the outer space near the Council fleet, Minji's squadron performed a precise maneuver, creating minor disruptions to confuse the enemy. Small attacks, calculated and careful, forced the Council's ships to adjust their positions. Alien commanders were confused. They did not understand how a hidden enemy could manipulate their movements. Minji smiled slightly. Humans had learned that intelligence and strategy were more powerful than sheer force. The Council was being tested, and humans were in control of the battle. Seojin observed the alien fleet's response and coordinated the next steps. They are adapting slowly, but our actions force mistakes, he said. Use this to gather more information and test their weaknesses. Hanul agreed. Every move teaches us more. Every action prepares us for the future. Humans have waited centuries for this moment. We will not waste it. The fleet acted as one unit, combining information, strategy, and execution. Humans had learned that unity and preparation could overcome even the largest and strongest fleets. On Earth's surface, ordinary life continued. Citizens were unaware of the precise maneuvers happening in space above them. Engineers monitored systems, scientists adjusted calculations, and pilots prepared for any sudden need to act. Humans had built a civilization capable of survival and defense without revealing their true strength. The galaxy had underestimated them, and that mistake would soon become clear. Minji and Hannah returned from their mission to the fleet. They reported the alien ship's patterns, weaknesses, and coordination. Seojin analyzed the data carefully. We now know how they think, how they move, and where they are vulnerable, he said. This is valuable. We act with knowledge, not guesswork. That is the difference between humans and the rest of the galaxy. Every officer and pilot felt the weight of responsibility. Their knowledge gave them power, and their unity gave them strength. Hannah and Dian shared their experience with Siren. The Council's ships are confident, but they are slow to react, Hannah said. Our speed and coordination give us an advantage. Siren nodded. Exactly. Humans do not rely on numbers alone. We rely on intelligence, teamwork, and courage. That is how we survive and protect our home. The pilots felt pride in their skill and in the plan that had taken centuries to develop. They understood that every action mattered and that every person's role was crucial. As the day ended, Hanul reviewed the fleet's readiness one final time. "The Council may still discover us soon," she said. "If they do, we are ready. Our ships, our pilots, our scientists, and our leaders are prepared. Humans have waited for millennia, and now we will show the galaxy our true strength." The command room was silent, focused, and tense. Every human involved knew that history was being made, and every decision mattered. The hidden fleet of Earth remained poised, ready to strike if necessary, but also ready to defend and gather information. The Council's arrogance had underestimated humans for centuries. Now that mistake would become clear. Hanul looked out at the stars and whispered, "Earth is ready. Humans are ready. The galaxy will soon see what we can do." Patience, preparation, and unity had brought humans to this moment. The true story of Earth's strength was about to begin, and no one in the galaxy would ignore them again. The final moments of preparation had arrived. Hanul stood on the command bridge, her eyes scanning the stars and the fleet that would protect Earth. For centuries, humans had remained hidden, underestimated by the galaxy. Now, that underestimation would become their advantage. Every ship was ready, every pilot trained, and every weapon system prepared. The humans were poised to show the galaxy their true strength. Minji led a squadron of fighters in formation near the outer edge of the Council fleet. The alien ships had begun to notice anomalies in their systems, sensing movement but unable to identify the source. Minji whispered into her communicator, "Stay sharp and coordinated. We strike only if necessary, but be ready for defense." The young pilots nodded, each one understanding the weight of responsibility on their shoulders. Their skill, speed, and teamwork would make the difference in the moments to come. Seojin analyzed the Council fleet's movements from the command center. "They are becoming uneasy," he said. "They sense we are near, but they do not know our strength. This is our chance to gain the upper hand." Hanul nodded. "Prepare the main fleet for action. We will strike decisively if they attack. Our goal is to protect Earth and teach the galaxy not to underestimate humans." Every officer in the room understood the plan. Humans had waited for centuries, and now they had the advantage of knowledge, preparation, and unity. On the training grounds, Siren and her pilots completed final drills. Hannah and Dian led smaller teams through simulations, practicing evasive maneuvers, coordinated strikes, and rapid responses. "Remember," Siren said, "we are not just pilots. We are defenders of our home. Every move counts. Trust your team and your training." The young pilots felt a mixture of excitement and nerves. They had trained for this moment for years, and now the time to act was near. Jiho and his team worked tirelessly to ensure the fleet's weapons and cloaking systems were perfect. "Every detail matters," he said. "If we are detected too early, it could be catastrophic. But with precision, strategy, and speed, we can control the battle." Engineers adjusted energy fields, tested weapons, and monitored shields. Every system was optimized to protect Earth and maximize human advantage. Humans had learned that survival depended on intelligence, preparation, and unity, not just on size or numbers. The Council fleet moved cautiously, scanning for signs of life near the hidden planet. They believed themselves strong, unaware of the fleet that waited silently in the shadows. Minji's squadron continued to observe, sending back detailed reports on alien ship positions and weaknesses. "They are confident but slow to react," she said. "We will use this information to defend our home if needed." Hanul and Seojin studied the reports carefully. Every movement of the Council fleet was noted and analyzed. Humans had learned patience and strategy over centuries, and it would now guide their actions. Hannah and Dian flew their stealth ships closer to the Council fleet, gathering intelligence. They carefully avoided detection, watching for any signs of aggression. "The Council underestimates us," Hannah said. "Our speed, intelligence, and coordination give us an advantage. Dian nodded. We must protect Earth at all costs, but we also have the chance to show them what humans are capable of. Every pilot understood that they were part of a larger plan, one that had taken millennia to prepare. Seojin coordinated small strikes to disrupt the Council fleet's formation. The aliens adjusted their positions but did not yet realize the source of the disruption. This is working, Seojin said. We gain knowledge and test their responses without revealing our full strength. Hanul smiled. Humans had waited patiently for centuries. Now they had the advantage of strategy, intelligence, and unity. The Council would soon see that Earth was not a world to be ignored. Back on Earth, ordinary life continued on the surface. People were unaware of the precise actions taking place in space above them. Engineers monitored energy fields, scientists made final adjustments, and pilots prepared for any sudden need to act. Humans had built a civilization capable of survival and defense without revealing their true power. The galaxy had underestimated them, and that mistake would soon become clear. The first signs of confrontation appeared when a small alien scouting fleet approached Earth's detection range. Minji and her pilots were ready. We will strike only if they threaten Earth, she reminded her team. But our defense will be swift and precise. The stealth ships moved silently, positioning themselves for optimal effect. The Council had assumed Earth was weak, but they were about to learn that humans were cunning, fast, and united. Siren's team executed coordinated defensive maneuvers to protect the main fleet. Hannah and Dian led their pilots with precision, anticipating every possible threat. Every move we make counts, Siren said. Trust your training, your team, and your instincts. The young pilots performed flawlessly, their coordination and speed giving them an edge over the unsuspecting Council forces. Humans had prepared for centuries, and now their patience and skill were proving their worth. Hanul and Seojin observed the unfolding battle with calm determination. They are beginning to understand that we are here, Seojin said, but they do not yet know our full strength. Every action we take must protect Earth and show them that humans are not to be underestimated. Hanul nodded. Patience and precision will guide us. Our goal is victory, not unnecessary destruction. But if they attack, we will respond with everything we have. Every officer, scientist, and pilot understood the stakes. Earth's survival depended on their unity, skill, and courage. The main fleet of Earth emerged from stealth, revealing powerful warships and advanced fighters. The Council fleet was shocked. They had assumed Earth was weak and unprepared. Now they faced a force far beyond their expectations. Minji and Hannah led squadrons in coordinated attacks, targeting key ships and communication systems. Seojin directed the fleet with precision, using knowledge of the enemy's weaknesses to maximize effect. Every action demonstrated human intelligence, courage, and unity. The battle intensified, but the humans remained calm and focused. Hanul issued orders with clarity and authority. Defend our home, protect every ship, and strike with precision. We fight not just for survival, but to show the galaxy what humans are capable of. The young pilots executed their maneuvers flawlessly, engineers ensured weapons and shields functioned perfectly, and every member of the fleet worked as one cohesive unit. Humans had learned patience, strategy, and unity, and now it guided them in the heat of battle. As the Council fleet retreated in confusion, the humans maintained their position. Earth had shown its strength without unnecessary destruction. Hanul, Minji, Seojin, and Siren stood together, proud of what they had accomplished. Humans had waited millennia for this moment, and their patience, intelligence, and courage had ensured victory. The galaxy had underestimated Earth for centuries, and now it had learned that humans were not weak, but strong, united, and unstoppable. The hidden fleet returned to stealth, preparing for the future. Earth remained safe, its people unaware of the epic events that had unfolded above them. Humans had proven their strength, earned the respect of the galaxy, and secured their home. Hanul looked at the stars and whispered, "We have waited for this moment for thousands of years. Earth is safe, humans are strong, and the galaxy will never forget us. The story of humans, their courage, and their unity had only just begun, and the galaxy would never underestimate Earth again.